Hello everyone, Benny here, and I'm just gonna be showing you guys the mods I did to my Black Series Bad Batch Rex. I never did a review on this guy because I didn't like the way he came out of the box, man. First off, I mean I don't have the original figure to compare, and I'm not talented enough to edit because I fucking suck. But basically, the helmet was inaccurate. He had no pauldron. He had this like really like shitty glossy sheen. The comma was all crinkly. The shins were backwards and shit. And yeah, it was not good. And for $30, it really should have been better. But I was willing to fix it myself because I need a Rex on my shelf because that re-release that Hasbro put it for pre-order over a year ago has been in pre-order limbo ever since, and I got tired of waiting, so I was like, okay, I'll just make a Rex out of the Bad Batch one. So first, what I did is I made the helmet a lot more accurate to how he normally appears. So I cut off the like binocular things he has, like right here. This used to be like attached and it looked really weird. So I just like cut it off like right at where it meets that earpiece right there. You don't want to like take off the whole thing. Oh, I apologize for the paint on my thumb, by the way. You don't want to like take the whole thing off because it'll leave like weird holes in the helmet. And it'll also take the rangefinder with it. So I just snipped it off at the ends here, and I painted the rangefinder silver. And yeah, it doesn't really work perfectly as a rangefinder, but that's okay. I just have it up here, and yeah, the helmet fits really loose. Another thing I did with the helmet was uh, fill in the gap with some blue paint because the original like helmet. Oops, I apologize. The original helmet, there was a weird gap between the weld line and the visor, and it just looked really ugly. So I had to kind of fill it in. It's not perfect by any means, but definitely better than how it normally was. And I kind of ruined how he looks without the helmet because he has a giraffe neck now because I put some blue tack inside of the head and I realized it would make it not want to pop on all the way. But I'm probably never gonna display him without the helmet on. So I just yeah. Besides, it makes the helmet like sit better anyways. His chin isn't like showing all the time. It's just better. Next was the pauldron. I took the pauldron from the uh, shock trooper, and yeah, I filmed a tutorial, and I took off the pauldron just for Rex. See, yeah, it's just a normal grunt now. But yeah, and then I painted it with some pretty cheap paint from Walmart. This shit was like 50 cents or something like that. And it's not perfect. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but at least Rex actually has his pauldron now. And then I cut off the ammo pouch from Rex's pauldron and just glued it onto the shock trooper pauldron. Next was comma. I just heated up some water, kind of straightened it out a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's way better than it was out of the package. It was all folded and weird and stuff. The hardest part was definitely replacing the shins because um, you have to like go in, heat it up like a lot, and you have to like push pins out and push pins back in. It was really frustrating. Ah, shit, I didn't even notice that fucking blue paint. Okay. But yeah, it was really frustrating. But at least it doesn't look awkward anymore because when his shins were backward, it looked really awkward. Like if he was just standing there, you could definitely tell something was off. And yeah. And then the next thing I did was just weather it. Um, because I don't like my troopers to look all clean and whatnot. I like some battle damage and whatnot to all of my armored characters, so I weathered it up. And then I gave it the matte coat, the Mr. Hobby Super Clear matte spray. You can find this shit at like Hobby Lobby or online. This is very, very important, and I think you can see that I also matte sprayed the Shock Trooper because it just makes a figure look so much better. It's not super shiny and it doesn't look all shitty looking and all that. Like it bounces off the light like a lot softer, I feel like. I don't know how to say it, but it just looks way better under light. And yeah, it just looks amazing. But yeah, those are all the mods I did to my Black Series Bad Batch Rex. Um, I was planning on filming tutorials on how to do it, but I did not want to, especially with the shins. It would have been an absolute pain in the ass. And there's already tutorials on how to film, or on not fuck, on how to change the shins and whatnot. And yeah, so that's basically it. See ya.